Really delighted to have you listen to Doug Brouder.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Wow, it's like so much equipment. Got a pair of grandma's pruning shears. They suit me very well. They're at least about 100 years old, sharp as glass, tough as hell. Sharp as glass, tough as hell. I got a 1987 Guild guitar. It's good enough for me. Don't need nothing quite as fancy as the ones that those pretty boys play in Tennessee. Down in Nashville, Tennessee. There's just one necessary thing from the woman who wears my ring. I can make do or do without it all except the love that she brings. Just the love that she brings. I got a Chrysler, been across the state or two, won't never win a race. Got dents in history and a rip there on the seat, don't need nothing else to get me place to place. There's just one necessary thing from the woman who wears my ring. I can make do or do without it all except the love that she brings. Just the love that she brings. I'm surrounded by things I don't need. Some I paid dearly to obtain. Heard it said all you really need is water when you're dry and a good roof when it rains. Yeah, I heard you need a good roof when it rains. Got a pair of scuffed up cowboy boots and some fancy dress-up shoes. One pair's just for dancing with my darling, the other pair's just for paying dues. Yeah, the other pair's just for paying dues. There's just one necessary thing from the woman who wears my ring. I can make do or do without it all except the love that she brings. Just the love that she brings. That's the only necessary thing. That's the only necessary thing. Thanks very much. Thanks so much. And thanks to Cheryl and David for doing this. This is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And from the performer's point of view, very generous to have a half an hour. That is a treasure, and we really appreciate that. Speaking on behalf of anybody who gets a whole half hour, it's a wonderful thing. It is Armistice Day, otherwise known as Veterans Day. 1918, 11 o'clock in the morning. On the 11th day of the 11th month, the armistice was signed that ended the Great War, the war to end all wars. This one is called Ellie. It's a song for Veterans Day. And it was written after a trip to the FDR Memorial and also to the World War II Memorial. And it imagines a young Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a young, powerful, rich, good-looking, recently married, so happy, has no idea what's going to come in the future. And he turns to his young wife. He says, Ellie, come close. I had one of those dreams again. My only friend was drowning, and I could not lend a hand. If the water should close over him, I felt we'd all go down. Yet I sat there powerless and watched him as he drowned. Ellie, come close. We were running out of guns. There was no one left, we stood alone. The others had all run. And on they came by thousands, with a madman at their head. And the blue-eyed people followed everywhere the madman led. I'd rather dream a world where farmers' children have enough to eat, and I'd rather dream a world where a black man safely walks down southern streets, and I'd rather dream a world where nations stand side by side, and a world where fear itself must run and hide. Ellie, come close. I was Noah in the flood. I sailed 10,000 arcs of steel through a sea of blood. An evil wind was backing, green seas were growing high. Either we'd survive the storm or bless the day we died. Ellie, come close, for I don't know what it means. Every night I close my eyes and struggle with these dreams. My legs were weak and useless, though I am a strong young man. Hold me close now, Ellie, and help me understand. I'd rather dream a world where farmers' children have enough to eat, and I'd rather dream a world where a black man safely walks down Boston streets, and I'd rather dream a world where farmers stand by side with nations, and a world where fear itself must run and hide. Ellie, come close. I see green fields far away, but a solid line of black and twisted crosses bars my way. I see cliffs and guns, and all my sons lie broken on the strand. And I know that we must pass through this to reach that promised land. I'd rather dream a world where farmers' children have enough to eat, and I'd rather dream a world where a black man safely walks down any street, and I'd rather dream a world where nations stand side by side, a world where fear itself, a world where fear itself must run and hide. Thanks very much. How are you doing? Oh, we're great. Thank you so much. That's the countdown, not how much. Okay, all right. Good, good. All right, 12 minutes. Okay, so I'm doing the math, and yeah, I think I can fit them all in. Yeah, most of my songs are pretty short, so. Okay, well, here's what I was looking for. This next one is from my record, which the first record, which I still call them records, we all do, right? Which I have copies here. I'm happy to give you one. Would love to give you one if you don't have one. And I also have a brand new little project. The wonderful people at Oasis threw something together for me in record time, and actually got it to me like CD time. Yes. like 3 days before it was even due. So I got it, and I said, damn, I could have had it mastered. I could have done the graphic. I could have had all this stuff. But anyway, it's here, and a couple songs on it that maybe you haven't heard before. This one talks about Bacchus and Apollo, and one of the great world literature themes, of course, is the Bacchus, or the Apollonian and the Dionysian, which is the chaos versus order, logic versus, dissipation and oblivion. And I like to bring it down a little closer to home. The easiest way to understand Bacchus and Apollo is Apollo is your alarm clock, and Bacchus is your snooze button. But this is a little bit more serious. It's called Liquid Prison. Bacchus and Apollo met out in the street. Bacchus threw a left hook, knocked Apollo off his feet. Apollo lay there stunned and bloody, staring at the sky. Said, you got me down this time, but I'll beat you by and by, 'cause your bars can't hold me now. Been in your liquid prison, busted out somehow, and I'm never going back there. Made myself a vow, and your bars can't hold me now. Bacchus, he's a slick one, dirty as they go. Comes on like your buddy, gets his handcuffs on your soul. I spent the night on a tiled floor with men I'd never seen. My first and only visit, but for them it was routine. And your bars can't hold me now. Been in your liquid prison, busted out somehow, and I'm never going back there. Made myself a vow, and your bars can't hold me now. I was heading down to a liquid prison when I got pulled over on the way. Flashing blue lights, long and lonely nights. Like to say it was my lucky day. The officer, he handed me a rolled up paper sack. I looked in for my ID, and Apollo, he looked back. He said, it's time to leave here. Get up on your feet. Shook his hand and thanked him, and we walked out toward the street. 'Cause your bars can't hold me now. Been in your liquid prison, busted out somehow, and I'm never going back there. Made myself a vow, and your bars can't hold me now. Your bars can't hold me now. Thanks so much. I can't. Problem is, I have no. Okay, that's much better because that's like far away, and have the contact lenses, which means I now need the reading glasses. Okay, so let me see if I can squeeze these last two in. Got a little short one and then one that's a little longer. And thanks again. Okay, and some of you know this one. I like a woman with an appetite. She likes to top off the wingtails and fly all night. She wants a big bowl of chili, chocolate and fries. She put the dressing on the salad, honey, not on the side. She ordered anchovy pizza double, strawberry shake. You never hear her conversate about no bellyache. She want a steak and a cake and a rattlesnake stew. Gonna top it with a key lime pie and an enchilada too. Well, people, don't you get me wrong. Do not misinterpret the meaning of my song. One kind of hunger send you outside, down to the kitchen for a bite, or to wake you up in your bedroom in the middle of the night. I like a woman with appetite. She like to top off the gas tank and drive all night. She want a big bowl of that hot soup with them cheesy curly fries. So put the dressing right smack on the salad, honey. Not on the side. Well, you can't keep your little dieters with little skinny lips. Ain't had no time to manufacture genuine round women's hips. They're just some 20-something skinnies talking about how they so hot. Come on back in 20 years, let's see just what you got. Well, now, I like a woman that will take a sip. You might walk around a little puddle. She said, babe, let's skinny dip. Show us so much as a picture of a diving ball. She'd do a double flip. I like a woman, take a sip. Well, once again, my friends and neighbors, please don't get me wrong. Do not misconstruvulate the context of my song. One kind of thirsty sends you outside to that garden hose. The other sends you to Nirvana in your birthday clothes. I said a woman with appetite, she got wisdom what to do. She knows exactatively what she wants and how to get it to. There's one final little point of information in my little songs at the end. Appetite, a woman needs a calorific friend. I said a culinicious woman needs a gastratory friend. Appetite. All right. Okay. We got one more. One more brand new song. I hope you forgive me. I have ADD, and although I have the words, I can't see them because of my, I don't have the glasses. So I'll put them there. It's kind of like having a teddy bear, So this is a brand new one, and I'll take this out and get it out of the way. It's there are times that are pivotal. I could go into more detail. We don't have time, but a time in a man's life that's pivotal. Facing combat, for example, the first time. Do you run or do you stand your ground? Pulling up your courage to ask the girl to dance in 8th grade. These are pivotal moments. Among them, and guys, I'm here to tell you, when she comes to bed with very cold feet. It's a moment of decision. How do you respond? This is a make or break time. It's true. So, how you respond in that moment is a crucial time. This is a love song inspired by cold feet. It's called Bring Them to Me. A pickle jar, the lid is tight, sound that wakes you in the night, scary traffic in the rain, across the Tappan Zee. Crystal glasses high on a shelf. There's some things you just can't do yourself. Cares I sometimes fail to see. Bring them to me. Bills in the mailbox, money woes, aching shoulders or runny nose. Cable's out again, or just maybe it's just this damned old TV. Phone's acting funny, faucet's got a leak. You're always tired and your bones all creak. Bring those troubles out where I can see. Bring them to me. Bring them to me when your times are getting rough. Bring them to me when you feel you've had enough. When the worries of the world come crashing on your head, bring them to me and let me carry them instead. We'll send those troubles out to sea. Bring them to me. Heavy suitcase or stubborn flu, There's nothing that I wouldn't bear for you. Spider in the bathtub or whatever trouble has to be. Weeds in the garden, paint peeling off the wall. The whole world's turned against you and you're feeling kind of small. No need to tiptoe carefully, bring them to me. Bring them to me when your times are getting rough. Bring them to me when you feel you've had enough. When the worries of the world come crashing on your head, bring them to me and let me carry them instead. We'll send those troubles out to sea. Bring them to me. Toes are just like ice cubes. Can you come in from the storm? Plant them smack against my legs. I'll make them nice and warm. We'll find ourselves a blanket and a nice hot cup of tea. You can tell me about your day. Later on we'll talk of mine. I'll make a little dinner. You can pour a little wine. If you still have any cares or any troubles, bring them to me. Bring them to me when your times are getting rough. Bring them to me when you feel you've had enough. When the worries of the world come crashing on your head, bring them to me and let me carry them instead. We'll send those troubles out to sea. Bring them to me. When the worries of the world come crashing on your head, bring them to me and let me carry them instead. We'll send those troubles out to sea. Bring them to me. Bring them to me. Bring them to me. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. Thanks for listening. Please take one of my CDs along.
Doug Brouder, isn't he wonderful? Yeah.